Medium. You can switch. So I'm going to ask you all to share with me where you are and why you think we are here and what's the concerns that you have with each other. You can keep your mask on, you can keep it off.
Well, I don't know yet.
Did you want those glasses on off? It doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So you want to start or me?
I don't know why I'm here.
I'm sorry, what your names again?
I'm Nadia. This is my husband.
I'm JD.
Great, so can you, either one of you would like to start and let me know what are the concerns that you've been experiencing or having?
Go ahead.
Fine. JD has an issue with PTSD,
Okay,
which I think is his issue.
okay.
Really, I'm just here for support and to hear what you would have to say to help him with his issues so that he will adhere to them.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, this is not something that's new. And that's the thing with JD. He knows my passion
Okay.
for the arts. He knows I like museums, I like writing, I like going to place, meeting different people, different cultures. You know, and with me, I like to also look the part. You know, appearance is important.
Okay,
That's
Right.
what attracted me to the woman.
Okay. okay,
See, doctor?
okay.
Yeah, write that down.
She,
That's what
That's
attracted me
attracted
to her.
Yes,
Right
ma'am.
here, write that down.
she interfaces well. She looks good. You know, I like how she goes in and out with different people. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been broke. I've been poor before.
Okay.
I know what that feels like. I don't
Okay.
like when I feel that impending. We're getting close. Maybe this is a little too far than I want to go. I want to. Yeah, I want to pull back a little bit.
It's not something that's recently developed for you. Have you all talked about finances and how to spend,
We
save,
tried.
invest? You have a budget that you work with?
He wants to be the one to hold the purse strings and not give me a lot of latitude. I understand being poor. I understand that. And the thing about it is we're nowhere near that. You know, we're not the Rockefellers, but you know,
Okay.
we're far from Skid Row. We're far
Okay.
from
And I don't want to go back there. I've been there. I don't want to go back there.
Are you, Nadia, you were sensitive to JD's concerns and issues with poverty and
Of
money.
course,
Yes.
of course. And that's why, you know, I'm doing what I do. I've had plays, I've had commercials, I've had marketing ideas. I have put in. So it's not as if I'm just, you know, he's giving and I'm
And
taking.
you're just taking.
But it's just so much. Sometimes it feels like I'm not with my husband. I feel like I'm with my warden, and it's just so, you know, the rules and you know, it doesn't take much. It's like I could be writing and boom, something will snap off, and he's just stifling my creativity.
JD, can you understand Nadia's perspective with regards to the kind of person that she is, the energy that she puts out, and as much as what you bring to the table is a strength? Can you understand how that strength can sometimes make her feel like she's being stifled?
Well, I try. I try hard. I'm not there yet. I need a lot of help.
Okay.
He's former military, so maybe that's got something to do with it.
And just as I think he's learning to accept and see the strength in your creativity, your free spirit, I think it's also beneficial for you to also understand what he brings to the table with regards to structure and boundaries. But it should be done in a way where it benefits the both of you, not make each of you feel like you're in your own prison. Strategy. Strategy is good.
That's what we need.
Both of you must come to the table together to strategize how best to meet the outcomes that you both and the vision that you're both trying to achieve. I am not necessarily hearing that you're working together as business partners in the relationship.
Somehow he's just become so rigid, so
You said is that recent?
not too long ago, as a matter of fact,
Mm.
I was shopping one of my scripts, and it was for a major company. So I went on a little shopping spree. Again, you know, you took see that right there, right there.
All right,
I
let's
can-
pause. Let's pause. Let's investigate that. Okay. What was that about?
Man,
Yeah.
1 minute is hair. The next minute is I need clothes because of a premiere. I'm going on an interview.
Okay. Okay.
These are one-time events. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Do you ever go? But do you ever attend those premieres? When
I've
you
got
ever
a company to run. I've got other things going on.
So the company is
to
important
me,
to you.
the company. Okay, I'm investing time in it. We worked together in the beginning and built this thing up, and it can't work on momentum. We must, if we want to keep moving, we've got to be at it. We can't just think about it, wish and hope about it, romance about it. We've got to have our hands on the till.
I really like that. And if we look at the relationship as a business, it needs that same level of attention, right? You can't ignore it.
Which he does. Again,
Right.
when's the last time you went to a premiere with me? Oh, I'm working. I'm working. Do you know how much it would mean to me if you were there? Because when you're not with me and I come and I tell you, well, this is what happened when I was at you downplay it. But if you were to actually see.
In your own words, can you just tell me what she said?
I'm hearing something. It's coming through clear.
What is it that you hear?
Yes, please enlighten us. Enlighten the good doctor.
Okay, so I've got to stop working at my job and building the business to be supported.
Nobody
That's
says so.
not what I heard her say.
Nobody says so.
So let's try that one more time. Just what she said, not whether it's right or wrong. Just her perspective on her experience.
So I've got to take TIME and find out what it is you're doing.
Is that
That-
asking too much?
But do you see the value of it?
See, why is there a pause, doctor? Why is there a pause?
Maybe he's contemplating. We'll give him a chance.
Okay.
Give him a chance.
It's going to be difficult. It's hard.
Because that's part of what helps that business of the
That word
relationship.
value. Now that's okay. That hasn't been valuable to me.
Just as you would like her to be more interested in some of the aspects of the business and what it takes to make the business run, she's asking of you
'Cause did
to
you-
pay attention to certain aspects of the business of the relationship so it can run effectively and efficiently and optimally and achieve the goals that you both want.
Okay, doctor, did he just say what I did wasn't valuable? Is that
He's- no, I don't think that's what he said.
what,
But see, that's how
okay.
that's how the conversations go, and our language gets in the way, or
Right.
a lack of understanding. We got to establish a baseline, and
But the good thing is that she asked.
See?
So that was good. I appreciate that. So
There's
we
a
can
difference
so we
between
can
asking and
clarify.
assuming.
Okay.
I
Right?
asked.
okay,
So that was good.
So do I get a couple of points for ask?
thank you.
So because it seems as if you're not on the same page with regards to what you're working towards, I'd like to hear each of your perspective on what a family is.
You have the floor, sir.
Family to me,
Okay.
we've got each other's back,
Okay.
supportive, familiar surroundings, that kind of thing. Now, I'm just now finding out we had the opportunity to have a son.
Okay.
And I was short-circuited from that opportunity.
What do you mean by that?
Why didn't you tell me?
I have a son.
You have a son.
Yes, I have a
It's
son.
your biological son.
Yes, but I gave him up for adoption.
Okay.
He has, over maybe the last year or so, he found me. We've started communicating a little bit.
Okay.
Right now, I don't think it's a good time to bring the two of them together. And he has an issue with that.
So they have not met
No.
at this time.
They have not.
How are you feeling about that?
A man wants to pour himself into a young man to help develop the young man.
Okay.
Okay, we're not complete. I mean, the mate is wonderful, but a duplicate. I was cheated out of that opportunity. I need to have a son.
Okay.
I need to have an heir. Old money becomes old money when you can pass down.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Family is communication. Family is support, love.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me finish. He wants so much to grab a hold of my son. But if you're not fixed within yourself, how can you give something to someone else when you're not complete? You're not you're not complete. You're not. You and I have issues, and I don't want to bring my son into these issues.
I know I've got issues, but I think I'm all right. I've got something I can pass down to somebody.
So how does it make you feel that Nadia does not want to have your
It
son?
makes me
No.
feel less than.
Wow, that's pretty strong.
That's why running my company and being in charge of that and overseeing that and nurturing that along, that helps something, but it is not a son.
Okay.
So what if today, I'm gonna pose this question. What if today I say, you know what? Yeah, both of you come together, you talk. What if he's not interested in your vision? You can't make.
Well, let him decide that.
Would you be okay if he was not interested in the business?
Because there goes your heir.
I'd have to live to find that out. But at least I'd like to go in that direction.
So
I've been given the chance.
let me make sure I'm hearing you correctly. You would like to have a son, and you would like to be introduced to your stepson, to get to know him, and mainly because you want to have an heir to pass the business on to him. That's your primary reason?
Well, no, that's not the primary reason. But I mean, there's a lot of things in life you want to experience. I wasn't close to my people.
Okay.
I wasn't close. I want to know what that is. I go out with the guys and they talk about how their dad took them fishing and the dad this, and they went this way and went on family trips. I didn't get a chance to do that.
We
Okay.
all have shoulda, woulda, couldas. Okay? We all do.
Yeah, but you
Do
know what?
you understand
I got
that?
enough money now to do that.
Okay.
Back
So
to money.
money
Yeah.
is a
Resources.
major
Means,
resource.
they
It's a
help.
means to get you what you want.
Money is his nucleus.
Does it make you feel less than when you're not able to get what you want?
It's probably in there somewhere.
Okay. Do you see some concerns where some of the connection or the interest in wanting to connect with your son may be to fulfill your needs and not necessarily?
Oh, I have no problem with that, yes.
Okay. All right. We would be interested if we chose to want to have your son as a part of this. That we should
One
have
day.
some sessions specifically targeted that focus, because there's some concerns that you don't want your son to believe you were using him,
True.
right? Because then he can misinterpret your intentions.
We are just now getting to know each other. There's still things about him that I'm learning, things about me that he's learning. And I, as his mother, and it's not that I want to exclude JD, but this is my flesh and blood. And I just want to make sure that he's not going to have another issue on top of issues that he already has. We're trying to work out our thing right here. And I just don't want to add to that. And I don't want to alienate him. I don't want him to see this. Because something's off. We're off.
We're off.
So you're both in agreement with that, so that's really good.
Definitely.
Okay. So let's look at the relationship between both of you. What is the vision of both of you? How do you see both of you? What would make you feel satisfied? What would be the vision of the both of you working together as a team, as a unit, that would make each of you feel like, I'm so happy to be here?
For me, peace.
What does peace look like for you?
Peace looks like having a conversation
Okay.
and not a debate.
Okay.
I understand that, I ask questions, be curious, but it's not a debate, it's not an attack, it's not a belittlement of what I do, and above all, it's not what's our net worth today.
Okay.
It's give me credit. I'm far from a spring chicken. I've been around, I'm not someone who's just out here, with money burning a hole through her pocket. I want my creativity. I want to be able, because at home it's like a blockage, a wall, and I think he is the cause of it.
Okay. So I'm hearing you correctly. You would like peace in the relationship, better communication.
Yes.
You would like to be validated, cherished,
Validated, that's it.
appreciated, and
Validated.
that your
Here we go.
desired your desires to be valued. Okay, JD, your perspective of the two of you as a unit that you would feel so happy to
I validate you.
Okay, focus. What is your vision of the two of you as a unit?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I gotta watch my own back. I don't feel she wants peace. It feels like détente. It doesn't feel like peace.
So tell me what you want.
I'm not the enemy.
It's okay, Nadia. Tell me what you want. I'm hearing what you don't want. But I'm not.
I like peace also.
Okay, and what does
Peace
look
of
like
mind.
for you? What does that look like for you?
Peace of mind is not have to worry about whether the account is being drained or you're able to do what you need to do.
So what
not want to do.
What
at
would
any
you
given
like her
time.
to do as it relates to finances? Is what I'm
Build
hearing.
a business. Go on vacation.
We go on vacation.
Okay.
And
Anything
be
else?
together. Not writing all the time.
Okay. So if I'm hearing you correctly, one of the reasons or the issues you may have with her spending a lot of time with her craft and her writing, it takes away from spending time together. So it's not that you don't appreciate what she does, you don't value it,
Right.
you just don't like that it's taking away time from the both of you.
We're on a different clock.
Yeah, because what about when you're working? How do you hear? My writing is taking, my working is taking up time. But what about you? I'm freelance. I don't have the skill. But if it's a
you
beautiful sun,
had
if it's a beautiful
a
sun, no, if it's a
structure-
beautiful sunrise, and I have inspiration, I write. If it's a moonlit night and I hear the crickets chirping, see, I don't have a 9 to 5 clock. But that's where inspiration. That's what a writer does. It's like whenever inspiration strikes, there I am, because I'm trying to contribute. Because again, money. How much do we have? And vacations, we go on vacations.
How much can we keep?
Do you think, JD, that you may have some skills that could actually benefit Nadia and help her be successful in what she is pursuing?
I think I do have some skills. As a matter of fact, I know I have some skills.
Okay.
I can help her manage your time a lot better.
Okay. And right. Okay. So that's one area.
Because I'm a child.
Okay. And I'm not necessarily
think you're a child.
thinking it's because you were a child. All right. A lot of creatives, they kind of lose their sense of time, and it's not that it's a dysfunction or negative. It's just that there are times when you're so caught up in what you're doing that you might push something aside that might be important to somebody else, in this case JD. And I think it's just about being more attentive.
Everything in a relationship and everything with our bodies and everything in the mood is dependent upon time. Yes, I may want to be romantically inclined, but you're feeling or hearing the chirps of the crickets, or feeling the breeze blow. Well, I'm feeling the breeze blow, but it ain't about no mountains or no crickets. I'd like for you to spend time with me. Time, just sit, hold on to your creativity, look into my eyes, look into my face, say how fine I used to be. I know I'm changing. I've got more platinum showing up on my face. I don't move as fast as I used to.
Have I ever said anything?
Yeah, but that's a man thing. And you got the feel of a man. Okay? Yeah, we're strong, we're supposed to be secure and all of that, but we're fragile.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I do, all that
Really?
stuff. Yes, I do. But it's like you have to understand the parameters with time with me. It's like I'll spend time with you. I will, but it's like when that moment hits, it's one of those things where you use it or you lose it.
I feel the moment too.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So we seem to have some conflict with regards to how we utilize our time. for you, Tanya, those times, those moments when you feel inspired, you think you should focus your energy on doing your creative work, and yet JD, at some of those times, you're saying those are the times you would like to connect and bond with your beloved.
And we can connect. How about you connect with me on the story and I can share it with you and you can give me insight? How about we connect that way?
Well, that's one level of connection, which
Exactly.
is good. But I think JD's also talking about another connection of nothing to do with work.
Now that's a wonderful thing. We need a distraction from work.
How about that? What do you think, Nadia? Do you think that's possible to designate some time to spend with JD?
Yeah, sure.
What if doing that allowed him to be more open to having you spend the time that you need on your work?
And we can't
Now
talk
that's
about
a
work.
good business proposition right there.
We can't talk about work.
Can't talk about it.
Right.
Turn the phones off.
All right.
Phones off.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a test, trial and error. But I think where you're starting to go.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
That's right. That's right. So I think test something out. Let's put some strategy behind it, right? And we come back to the drawing board to see how it goes. All right. The key is to not expect it to go perfectly as you would
First
like.
time out.
But I think some sort of negotiation where you two are working together and showing some compromise that's not taken away from what you both love, your work and each other.
So you're saying, shut this off.
That right there.
Do you have any idea how this connects me to opportunity?
That's the problem.
Let me finish. Earlier in our session, you were saying how, I may not be bringing that much to the table. This is my outlet. This is my way. I can't shut this off. I
You can
can't.
shut me off.
Why does there have to be a comparison? Why does it have to be either or? Why can't there be a compromise? I need this.
We're at a time and place where we need to shut everything else off.
But do you realize, as a writer, as a creator, as someone who's in touch, this is necessary? Turn it off.
I'll tell you what.
Again,
Let's compromise.
I
Let's
don't
compromise.
think it needs to be an either or. I can look at this. Oh, and oh, hun, but
So, how valuable is the relationship to you? Is it a priority for you?
it is.
Okay.
My relationship, and maybe it doesn't seem like it, and maybe I'm not conveying it verbally, but I love my husband.
Okay.
I do.
What have you done, or what do you do to nurture that for you? That love.
I tell you, I love you. We have dinners. We talk.
Do you know what I like?
As far as
Do you know my favorite color? Do you know my favorite car?
the one that's parked outside.
No. Just because you have something doesn't mean it's your favorite. There are things that need to be achieved.
There may be a slight disconnect.
Right. So, in the same energy that you put towards your writing and your craft, in order for it to be nurtured and evolve and to grow, the relationship needs that type of nurturing. And without that, and it feels malnourished. And so, JD, in some sense, is expressing, just like when you don't eat, the stomach growls. So JD is expressing a growling in the relationship that he's feeling malnourished of love from you. And the same thing goes to Nadia. She's expressing some of her growling when she doesn't feel that you value her or value what she's interested in, JD. The key is finding ways of how we both can get what you want and nurture the relationship. This doesn't have to be either or. Alright? This is this and that. I think both of you need to really understand, what is it that you have? What is it in this relationship that you have? What is it that you would like to see? Like, what are you working towards? Because it doesn't seem that you're on the same page with what that might be. Okay, JD. From what I'm hearing today, it appears that you have built a home or even a story that's out of fear, that you want so badly to have something to pass on to, that you are using the business even as your offspring, and you are not realizing that you are not paying the attention that you need to your wife.
That's it. Thank you for your time.
Right? And so she needs for you to recognize what you are doing to contribute to some of the challenges rather than just pointing fingers. There's some issues that you have that you've brought to the table with regards to fear and insecurities and what you've gone through that you need to work through that is affecting the marriage.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Well,
And,
Doc.
no, we're not finished yet. We also have some challenges on your side, Nadia, that I believe that there is a need for you to escape in your craft to make you, prevent you from being present in the relationship. Something about being here also may scare you. And so you go into an area where you feel more in control and more comfortable. And somehow having restrictions placed on you triggers something for you. And your creativity and your craft is an escape, a home. And if you were to spend your time there, and anybody that tries to pull you away from that, they almost feel like he's trying to bring you out into the open and become vulnerable. What are your thoughts on that?
Thank you, Doc.
So as
I can see. I can see.
and JD, your thoughts on your part?
I can see where how a company can't be a substitute for a living, breathing thing.
Right? And then some that thing you feel like you were cheated out of. You know, you were holding Nadia to that, and it's preventing you from appreciating and valuing what she does. So we both have work to do.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just one person's fault or one person responsible. We both contribute. And I think it's important that each of you own your stuff first.
So we're pretty much both involved.
Ain't
Fine.
that unique?
How are you doing now? You look a little flustered.
That's an understatement. It's kind of hard being a writer. It's kind of hard to put into words what I'm feeling right now. It's a bubble up of emotions right now that I
Something I say triggered something for you?
maybe I didn't think that the issue was with me. You know what? It's just a lot to process. It's a lot to process.
Understandable.
Yeah.
If you could do some journaling for me
Sure.
about what is it that that I said and what that may have triggered something for you. What are those emotions? What is going on? And that you could actually use some of that for your writing. It's real passion. It's real sensitive to you, and you know your audience would want to feel that. And if you allow yourself to be that vulnerable, to reveal some of that, and it can also be healing for you.
That's me to do, Doc.
And JD, I want you to recognize what is this issue you have with being afraid? You know, being afraid of not having a son or an heir to pass on the business to, being afraid of not being valued, being afraid of returning back to poverty. Why having money and holding on to money means so much to you that you almost make it like it's a god for you.
Feels like war.
It's a war internally, definitely. But Nadia is not your enemy. And you are transferring some of that energy to her. And I think you need to own what is yours.
Barrier after barrier after barrier. Ugh. So much, so much.
And I would for each of you, spend more time listening to the other person, trying to understand where the other person is coming from. It seems as if what makes it hard for you to listen, you want the other person to agree with you. And so if they're saying something that's not in agreement with you, you automatically think they're against you.
So what does that look like, Doc? How you play that out?
First line of communication or effective communication is learning to understand the other person's perspective, not listening for right or wrong or good or bad. That comes later. And you two are not doing that first line. You're jumping to right or wrong. It has to be my way or it's wrong. That's unhealthy. Try to understand it her way. Not saying it's right or wrong, it's just her way. And that would make her feel that, wow, he's interested in where I'm coming from. Why would she want to spend time with someone, in her opinion, who doesn't feel she appreciates her? And the same thing now, they're trying to understand where he's coming from and things he's sensitive to. Not that it's right or wrong, but it's his perspective, okay? And that will make him probably more open to wanting to allow you to have your time without him making a fit about it.
Okay, doctor, so how long are we supposed to do this for? I mean, what can you give us a time frame?
There's no real time frame. As long the key thing is that you do the work.
It's going to take time. It's going to take time. So as long as it takes is how much time we put into this. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure with your mind and my mind, we can somehow fast track this. I mean,
Fast track?
Well, I think it doesn't have to be as prolonged.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm willing. We'll see how far this goes.
How far? How fast?
All right. Again, we have to do it from a perspective of one, owning your own stuff before you try to control the other person. Control what is yours and what you have responsibility over. Then you can influence the other person. And your way to influence the other person is hear where the other person is coming from, without judgment.
There's some chance or a pill we can take. No quick fix, huh?
No, not if you want a long-lasting situation. I do appreciate both of you for taking the time to come and the courage to be open and vulnerable and sharing where you are. It's a good sign. It doesn't feel that way to you, but I can, from an outside perspective, I see some things that you don't see. And I know that both of you love each other. But you have some things some personal issues that you're struggling with. And I think you need each other's support. And you're looking for it, and you're asking for it, and you're not getting it. So that's probably what's making it hard to hear the other person. So thank you.
All right.
And then we will see you at the next appointment.
Ding, ding. Maybe we'll come out swinging again.
So not a one and done type of thing.
No.
Huh? Thank you, doctor.
No, not at all. It takes some time. There's some things to uncover, and there's some structures to develop, so that you can bounce back in a healthy way and not revert back to old unhealthy patterns.
So in a nutshell, how long do you think we need to see? How long do we need to keep coming? There's no way to know.
There's no way to tell. Again, the work that depends on the work you do at home. The real work takes place outside here, not in here.
And this is where I was hoping that having to walk out those doors new and unrestricted and
Sorry,
clear.
It's not reality TV.
If only. Maybe I'll write about that, huh?
There you go. That'll give you something.
Thank you all. I really appreciate it both of you.
Thank you. try it again.
Yes, that was interesting.
I am so glad we decided to take separate cars.